Hey guys, I have gotten a lot of new makeup in NPR and things that I've purchased myself, so I thought I feel like I'm doing a lot of try new makeup videos, but there's so much new makeup to try out. So if you watched my last vlog, you saw that I purchased the BYREDO Flora Kalahari palette, so I really wanted to try that for you guys. So we'll be using that for eyeshadow. And I also got the new Persona Super Blush in Bubble. I also purchased the new refillable lipstick from Chanel. And let's see, I purchased this new bronzer from Guerlain off of Selfridges. Yes, when I purchased like all the Hermes stuff, I also picked this up as well. So I'm really excited to try that. And I got the new Cali Ray, well, newish. I mean, it's still new, but newish. Cali Ray Free Dreaming Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint in the shade number 2. They actually sent this to me, so I thought I would try that out. I also wanted to try out the new Bobbi Brown Stick Concealer in the shade Warm Ivory. They sent this to me as well. And then I'm gonna start actually with the Ilia Lip Wrap Reviving Balm. And this is something that they sent to me too. So I'm just gonna squeeze some out and prep my lips with that. And an order I placed at Chanel actually just arrived, and I was waiting for this box to come to do this video to kind of round everything out. So I purchased that new highlighter. Let me find out what the full name is. So this, oh, look how nicely they wrapped it up with the little ribbon and everything. So this is the Rev de Camellia, and this is an illuminating powder. It is limited edition. And I think it just became available on their site. Anyway, I'll link it down below in my description box if you're interested, but it comes with this, ooh, this like little kabuki brush. That's fun. And then here is the compact, typical outer packaging. And oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I feel like I should have ordered 2. No, I always say that because I don't want to ruin the imprint, because I don't know if you can see around each of the little petals, there's actually stitching. So this looks like it's quilted. Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow. I'm really gonna hate getting my brush in there, but we're gonna do it. All right, so let's start with the Cali Ray tint, Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint. I'm gonna shake it. Oh, it says to shake it, and there's little shaker balls in there. And again, I have it in the shade the 2, A Very Light Dream. I hope this is not too light. Oh no, it looks fine. Oh, this has a really thin texture. It's gonna start running down my hand. And for something that's very light, it actually looks very peachy. So hopefully this works out for me. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 101 brush and just pick up a little bit. I think that is fine. Let me spread this out. This actually has pretty decent coverage. I think them calling this a tint is kind of an understatement, if you will. I think it is a little bit more than just a tint. And I do think the shade works for me now, but as soon as I get any color, I think it's gonna start to look a little bit too light. Does this have SPF? Let me see. So I don't see any SPF labeled on here, but it does say it has prickly pear hydration, sheer buildable application, blurring illusion, vitamin C and E infusion, and silicone-free foundation. Awesome, and this is a 1 fluid ounce bottle. Cool, so there it is applied to this side of my face. I think you can see this side of my face looks paler, more even than this side. So I do feel like there's more coverage than I thought there would be in terms of a tint. I wouldn't say it's got like full coverage or anything, but I'd say it's got like a light medium coverage. It's very nice. And the finish of it is just a hair more radiant than I would say like a like natural skin type finish. I'd say it's a little bit more radiant than that. I can see some shine coming through here. All right, let me go ahead and finish applying to the rest of my face. I'm gonna have to squeeze out a little bit more. This reminds me a little bit of that Kosas foundation. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a oil, and that felt like a dry oil, and I really just didn't like the feeling of that foundation. I thought it looked okay on the skin, but I just didn't like the feeling, and kind of depending on what skincare I had, it balled up. Anyway, that was just not a very successful foundation for me. This one I feel like has very similar properties, but it doesn't have that dry oil kind of feeling to it. It has like a slightly oily kind of feel to it. This is definitely one I think I would feel more comfortable if I powdered. So I'm gonna apply concealer and then powder, but this is it all over the face. And I do think it looks good right now, but I can see right here, and I have very dry skin, that this is gonna start to look real shiny. It's kind of already looking real shiny. All right, let me go ahead and apply the new Bobbi Brown Skin Concealer Stick, and I have it in the shade Warm Ivory, and this is what it looks like. It just twists up and down, and it has this magnetic cap. So I have used this a little bit already. This is new to the market, but not that new to me, and I really enjoy it. The texture is so creamy and soft and blends like a dream. Like that is it. That's all you need to do. That's it. Voila. Really, really nice. Okay, I don't have any new powder to try, so I'm gonna go in with the Say Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder, and I have it in the shade Translucent, and I've just been loving, loving, loving this powder. So I'm gonna shake some out into the cap, use my Chikuhodo powder brush, and powder in this area that's looking kind of shiny here. All right, that's looking really nice. I took down the shine, but I still have like a nice, like soft satin finish to my skin. All right, let's go in with the new Guerlain Terracotta Light. I got it in the shade Light Warm 01, and it was hard to tell online what shade was gonna work. Why isn't this coming out? Okay, snug in the box, because this has that really pretty print in there, and yeah, it was just kind of difficult. I think the other light shade was like a cooler shade, and where it's peach, I think was more pink, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I decided to go for the light. And let's do a little swatch of this. Wow, this is so pretty. And this is not an overspray, like all the different colors like are throughout the entire pan. Ooh, this is very warm. So there's the bronzer. This may look a little too orangey on me. Guerlain bronzers tend to run a little warm. Knowing that, I probably should have gotten the cool. Anyway, let's see how this works. Okay, I've got my Synergy Face Pro brush. I'm gonna go into the bronzer. I think applied very lightly, it looks okay. I feel like if I keep building it up, actually we can try, it's gonna start to look really warm. Let's see. You know, it's just looking kind of peachy. It doesn't look that orangey. I don't know that I mind it so much. It definitely is on the warm side. You definitely have to like a warm bronzer, but sometimes they just get a little too orange, and this has a nice, more like peach tone to it. It's not bad. So here it is applied, and this is without. I think it works. I would love to try the cool one. Maybe I'll get that one too, just to see. I love getting new bronzers when the spring summer season starts to roll around. I think this makes for a really nice blush. Well, we have a new blush to try, so I don't want to get too crazy, but I think this is actually great for like the whole blush bronzer area versus like the bronzer kind of contour area. This actually looks very pretty like on the nose. And that cheek area, that like under the sunglasses, like cheek area. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, wow, that is the new Guerlain Terracotta Light in 01 Light Warm. Why am I showing you the compact? Here. Very, very pretty. And it has just a little bit of a sheen. There's some spots in there with a metallic sheen. Very pretty. All right, well, I'm glad I picked that up. Let's try the Persona Super Blush. This is such a cool toned pink. It's called Bubble. And I don't know how it's gonna work with such a warm toned bronzer, but Let's see, let's play. So here is what Bubble looks like. Isn't that such a fun shade? And here it is swatched right there. Ooh, I'm really excited for this, but yeah, we'll see if it works with this particular bronzer. So I'm just using my Surratt cheek brush. And wow, it's very pigmented. Whatever I picked up with this brush, I think is enough for both cheeks. Wow, I think it looks fine, but I'm not sure that I would pair these two products together, but I do think it looks fine. Wow. Yeah, it's just a really, really bright, cool tone pink. And like I said, you just don't need a lot. Pretty. Wow. This is beautiful. And it's definitely like on the matter side, but it's like a soft matte. It definitely doesn't look dry on the skin. It has like, I don't know, a very soft radiance to it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Highlights. Yes, let's try this new Chanel Camellia highlight. Oh, this is gonna pain me, really pain me to ruin this embossing at top. Just one last look at this. And I want to use the brush that it came with, but this is a really big brush. Well, let's go for it. Goodbye, beautiful imprint. Oh, wow. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous sheen. Ooh, wait, let me do a swatch. Ooh, look at how wet that looks. So smooth. Oh, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Another product that's like perfect timing for the spring, summer. I really love a highlight that looks wet for the warmer months because it just looks like, I don't know, it just seems appropriate. It doesn't seem quite appropriate in the wintertime to have like a wet looking highlight. I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me. And I love the very, very soft, like peachy tone to it. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Wow, what a winner. I can't believe this is limited edition. I wish they would make this permanent. Their permanent highlighters are not my favorite. Wow, moving on. Let me just put on some brows. I'm just gonna use my BYREDO all-in-one refillable brow pencil. What is that? Oh, is this a brush or no? Dog hair. Dog hair. All right, and now for the BYREDO eyeshadow palette. I'm so excited to try this out. I am a fan of BYREDO shadows. I do feel like they're a little hit and miss. Like some can feel really creamy and then some can feel kind of dry and chunky. The ones that feel creamy, I think those perform really, really well. So here is the palette. Wow, it's just really beautiful. And if you guys saw my last vlog, I swatched like these three shades down here because these three were the ones in the picture that just looked exactly the same and everyone had the same comment like, what what are we doing here? They are slightly different. One's kind of pink, one's kind of peach, and one is actually like a multi-chrome. But anyway, here are some swatches. I'm just gonna go from left to right, top to bottom. And these do all have names. So starting from the left, we have Snow Dust, Clay, Faded Eden, The Graces. If I get any of these wrong, it's because the type on the back of this palette is super small. Sandstorm, Desert, Rock. And then we have Quicksand, Under the Sea, Earthquake, Petal d'Or, Adventurous, Bravery. And then for the last row, we have Oasis Dream, Dry Dahlia, Calcite, Burnt Umber, Epopee, and Rose de Sable. I'm sure I slaughtered some of those. Okay, what I have noticed, I don't know if you guys will see this, some of my shadows are popping out. Do you see that bright coral? It's like popping out of the palette. I'm not a fan of that. The same thing happened to this one underneath it, and I just pressed it down. So that is not my favorite thing, but I'm just gonna sit here and really press that in there. Like I was saying about BYREDO, when I finger swatched all of these for you just now, I noticed that some of the shadows felt creamier than others. Some of them felt drier. So anyway, we'll see how they perform. I do want to start with this matte shade up here first. That one is Clay. And I've got my Sonia G Blender Pro brush. And I am going to just lay this right at the top here. Oh, that's a nice transition shade for my skin tone. And it's on the warmer side. I feel like this other matte shade up here is cooler in tone. So that's probably a nice cool toned transition option for me. So that is one of the matte shades. I think that was very, very easy to use, blended out very nicely. No problems with that one. Let me see, what do I want to put in the center part here? I think I'm going to use this like multi-chrome shade here, which is the Rose Disable shade. And I'm going to put that like on the majority of my lid over the center here. And I've got my Sonia G Worker 1 brush. And this shadow is a little bit chunky. One of those I feel like you have to kind of press and smear. Otherwise you'll get a ton of fallout. So glitzy. That's really pretty. I love that peachy pinky shift that it has. I don't know if this is a multi-chrome or a duochrome. Maybe it's just a duochrome. Anyway, let me apply to the other eye. Ooh, this is like a fun party look. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do for the outer corners? I wanna use something deeper. We have this deep brown, like matte shade that looks, that I think is maybe a little bit too boring. We have this very deep shade. I don't know if that's too deep. It's like a grayish purple. We've got this peacock blue. I, of course, am very tempted by this olive, and then we have this rust color. I'm gonna try the olive. Why not? And I'm gonna use my Esom W36 brush, dip into this olive color, which is called Faded Eden. I'm just brushing this on lightly. I want it to transition into this Rose Disable shade. Pretty. So far, all of these shadows are behaving really nicely. So there is Faded Eden. Oh, I really like that. It looks like an antique gold because there's like a gold metallic over that olive khaki green. It's really pretty. I'm just trying to even out the two eyes. These shadows really working quite nicely. Let me see if I can maybe do a little something in the inner corner there. We've got this gold, we've got this really bright white. Do we want to do the white? Is it too white? Let's see, let's try it. I'm gonna use my Sonia G flat definer brush and pick up some of this crystally white shade and throw that in the inner corner here. Wow. I'm just using that Worker 1 brush to kind of blend this into that rose shade there. I don't know if I like the white. I think it looks a little too stark next to this peachy pink and green situation I have. Not bad, not bad. I mean, the shadow performed beautifully. And I'm so amazed. I see one little piece of fallout here from this rose shade, but that's it. Yeah, I think these shadows, the ones that I've tried, really nice. Let me line my lower lash line with this green shade that I used. I'm gonna use my Sonia G Smudger 2 brush and just pick up a little bit. All right, so that is my eye look. I managed to use 4 out of the, how many shades are in here? Did I even mention that? I'm sorry. There are 18 shades in here, so I'm gonna keep using this, but I like it. I really like this palette. I think they perform really nicely. All right, and for mascara, I do have a new one from Milk Makeup. They sent this to me. This is their new Rise mascara, and it claims basically to do everything. Lift, lengthen, volumize. Yeah, there's actually not much more that you could ask for a mascara. And this is in the shade Elevate, which I think is just like a black. Oh wow, the packaging is rubbery. It's like a soft rubbery. And it's got like, it's like textured. Oh, how cool. Neat, all right. Here's the wand. I like the looks of this wand. Very basic, nice and fluffy. A slight curve to it. Oh, I keep doing this. Let me curl my eyelashes first. Wow, just so excited. going in. Oh, it's applying nicely. There isn't a ton of product on the wand, so I didn't have to like wipe it off or anything, which is nice. Kind of keeping an eye on my lashes. I want to see how it's doing with curl, because that tends to be my biggest concern. My lashes look like they're falling a little bit. I think my lashes look nice, but yeah, like, I don't know if you can see this side is already like, I would say if anything, this is a volumizing mascara versus like the lift and lengthen kind. Is this waterproof? It does not say it is waterproof. Thank you very much, Milk. They did send this to me. And last but not least, the new Chanel lipstick. So I got it in the shade 812 Beige Brute, of course, and these are refillable. So we've got that clicky packaging from Chanel, and then these just pop right out and pop in. Here is a swatch of that lipstick. There's a slight golden sheen to it, very, very pretty. And before I put this on, I do want to mention that this Ilia Lip Wrap Reviving Balm is really nice. There's a thickness to it, but it doesn't feel like overly waxy. It's a really nice texture. I actually like how my lips feel now. They're really dry when I put this on. Let me just dab off any of the extra so it doesn't interfere too much with the lipstick. Okay, and now for the lipstick. Wow, really pigmented. And it's light, like the formula is really, really light. It's very moisturizing, but it's not like a, kind of like a thick, creamy kind of lipstick. It's very light. That's nice. There's a little bit of a fragrance. I can't taste it though, I just smell it. It's like a light floral. High intensity lip color, concentrated radiance and care. Definitely is high intensity. I mean, this is a pretty neutral color, so it's hard to tell, but it didn't take many swipes to get this level of pigmentation, so that's nice. Yeah, and I like the texture of this. I like how it feels like light. It feels like kind of like a light balm. Wow, all right, that is it. Oh, let me do just one quick last look at this foundation. Beautiful. Wow, everything is looking really, really good. I'm having some decent luck lately with new makeup. I love this highlight. You know, I've definitely fallen off the highlighter train. I have really just been reaching for more subtle highlights, but all it takes is one like wet looking, super smooth looking highlight, and I'm just like, there it is. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, and everything I think looks great. Eyeshadow palette, the bronzer, the blush, this lipstick. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was so much fun. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.